Good evening, good evening, good evening. And thank you for being here with us today. Thank you, my coworkers that's working behind the scene. Tonight, we're going to talk about understanding your reassessment. This is for Rogers Park. Thank you all for coming tonight and spending your time with us. You could have been any place else, but you chose to be here with us. And without further ado, we're going to get started. So I would like for you to meet the Cook County Assessor, Fritz Kagi. All right. So what does Fritz Kagi, the Cook County Assessor, what is his responsibility? Well, the Cook County Assessor and his team is responsible for setting fair and accurate values for over 1.9 million parcels throughout Cook County. Now, the values of these properties is not determined on an individual basis, but rather a mass appraisal system. We administer property tax savings exemptions that may contribute to lowering your property tax bills and lowering the burden of your property taxes. Now, the tax levies and the tax rates are not set by the Cook County Assessor's Office, but by the municipality and your local taxing bodies. And before I talk a little bit about this next slide, I'm going to ask that if you have any questions right now or going through this program, this event, can you please put them in the comments? We have a person that's working behind the scene, and she'll be answering all your questions. Okay? Thank you. Drop them in the comment section and also share this presentation. Now, Cook County follows a triennial reassessment cycle. I think we talked a little bit about this, but I'm going to tell you about this diagram here. Every 3 years, your property is reassessed. Every 3 years. Right now, we're in the city of Chicago, which includes Rogers Park, okay? Now, you will have 30 days to file an appeal. The last day and the deadline to file your appeal is April 17th. Now, the last time Rogers Park was reassessed was in 2021. Now, how do you think the real estate market has changed since then? Well, let's dive into it. So, we have what we call a valuation report here. Now, we're going to go over this valuation report. In 2020, and this is for the single family homes were $376,000. And they peaked slightly up over the course of the years to $450,000 in 2023. Now, our office uses a computerized statistical model, also known as a mass appraisal system. We don't value property on individual prices. We use real market data to estimate your current home value. Now, do we always get it right? No, we don't. And so if you believe that we have overvalued you in any way or made any type of mistake, you can file an appeal. Okay? Now, with the condominiums in 2020, they were valued at $150,000. And as I said, they peaked slightly over the course of the years to 2023 to $172,000. And that was a 25% change from 2021 median. And for the multifamily, that's 2 to 6 units. Some people call it 2 to 6 units. I say 2 to 6 flats units. In 2020, they were at $515,000, and it rose up to $655,000. And that was a 17% change in 2021 median. Now, let's compare the real estate market value to the assessor's estimate. Identify your neighborhood code. Your neighborhood code can be found on your reassessment notice. It's very important that you pay attention to your neighborhood code. You can click on your neighborhood code. You can compare recent sales to the estimated property value from the Cook County Assessor's Office. There's so much data out there with the median sale price and the top sale price of single-family homes, condos, and multi-units. And all of this information can be found on our website. It's transparent. We have everything there. Everything that's in these slides, it's on our website. Okay? You can find it there. And someone could drop that link down in the chat. Now, if you believe that we have overvalued you or we made some type of error in your property, you should file an appeal. We encourage you to. Now, what are the most three common reasons why a homeowner may file an appeal? Number one is lack of uniformity. Either you or our analyst, the Cook County Assessor's analyst, I'm a former residential analyst and commercial analyst, we look at your comparable properties similar to yours and determine whether the assessed value of your property is in line with the assessed values of other comparable properties. And that's why we provide you the tool on the valuation report. And further along this presentation, you can also, in our appeal application grid, you can find comparable properties. Okay? We have that tool built inside the application. Another reason why people file an appeal is overvaluation. Now, if you believe your property has been overvalued, provide supporting documentation such as a recent closing document or information about your purchasing price or either similar homes to yours. Okay? You can submit all of that. We encourage you to, because you know your house better than what we do. We don't know that you've made some remodeling or improvements in the inside of your home. Let us know, okay? And the third is incorrect property description error. If a reassessment notice lists an error, such as the incorrect square footage, classification, construction type, that may affect your market value, file an appeal, okay? We encourage you to. So this is what a reassessment notices looks like. It's similar to this, but not quite. But you should have received one in the mail if you live in Rogers Park. Pay attention to your property index number, which is known as your PIN. Know it like your social security number. Look at your estimated fair market value and also your assessed value, okay? Again, I cannot urge you more to check out your Rogers Park valuation report to understand the assessment in your neighborhood. It's really important. And I want to say about this new reassessment notice, at the very bottom, it has a QR code. You can file your appeal by using that QR code right there in the comfort of your own home. You can be at school taking a break or at the airport. You can file your appeal at that time if you want to have it in on time, because remember the deadline is the 17th. And all of us has extremely busy lives. So I encourage you to file. The deadline again is the 17th, okay? Now, we're going to do a recap of what I just talked about, okay? The reassessment notice and the appeal process. If you receive your reassessment notice, which I'm sure you have, or if you're someone that doesn't live in Rogers Park like myself, I live in Lake Township, but this is still valuable information. So when Lake Township opens up, I could use it as well. Maybe not the figures, but I can use how to file an appeal. And I'm going to explain to you how to file an appeal in the upcoming slides. Now, if you disagree with your estimated fair market value, you should file an appeal, but you must provide a reason, okay? As I stated, our analysts will look at it to determine whether we're going to no change you or decrease you, okay? So, filing an appeal online, it's totally free. I started 25 years ago, and we were filing paper appeals. Yeah, maybe some of you all out there may remember that. You fill out your appeal form. It could have got lost, right? But with our new online system, you will receive a confirmation number, a filing number. And it's so simple. You can do it on your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop. Hey, you can do it at home, okay? In the comfort of your own home. You can submit all your supporting documentation. And most of all, it is free, all right? I just want to remind you again, April 17th, because sometimes we get late filers and they want to file, but Once it's closed, it's closed. Now, all you will need to do is have to check to see if your township is open. This is for the individuals who don't live in Rogers Park that may be on here tonight, but you need to check to see if your township is open. Rogers Park is definitely open until April 17th. Have your email address ready and begin your application. Submit by the deadline. I can't urge you more. Submit by the deadline, okay? Now, to begin an appeal application, you will have to click on the filing type below, which will be residential, condominium, or commercial. All right. Now, one thing about our office, and I have to brag about it, is that they have built a new tool inside the application, which allow you, the user, to find comparable properties. I'll say that again. Inside the application, you can find comparable properties, okay? So let's begin. And this is like all hypothetically, but this is the way it goes, all right? So for the individuals who have filed an appeal before, you'll put your email address and your password. Now, new users, you're gonna have to create an account, okay? And then you can begin. All right. Sorry about that. So we have so many available filings that you can choose from in our office. But the one that you want to choose from is residential properties or condos, okay? And you begin your filing there. And you would click select. And so this is where you will definitely put in your property index number. And once you put in your property index number, you will hit next. And so everything kind of auto-populates. You will start your application from here to verify your PIN, property index number, and things of that nature. So you verified your property. And to make sure that you follow our recommendations and that you follow our guidelines and our rules, you just have to check these two boxes that says, hey, I agree, I understand, I adhere to the Cook County Assessor's Office official rules and regulations. That's all. And so we verified our parcel. We know that this is our PIN number, 1632327-039. And the next thing we're going to do is hit next. When I tell you it's this simple, it's just this simple. And is this your primary PIN number? It auto-populates into the system. And that's why you don't need anyone to file for you. You can do this yourself. And you hit the button next. So if you have an additional property index number, you would add it here. So some homes sits on 2 property index numbers, okay? So you would add your property index number in this section here. And what happens after that? It would appear on the next slide, on your next form, okay? Now, in addition to that, you are the filer, all right? So since you are the filer, you would check the box taxpayer owner, and you would make these selections. You are the taxpayer owner. Your name will populate. Put in your address and your phone number and your email. That's simple. That's all you need to do. Just 5 things, and that's it. Select and hit next. And your name will pop up. And once your name pops up, just hit the button select. Now, this is about your property characteristics. Please, I cannot urge you more to check your property characteristics. They will be on your reassessment notice, but they are also listed here when you file your appeal. Please check your characteristics. All right? Take your time. You have until April 17th. All right? But you want to get it in on time. Now, this is your appeal application. What it does is ask you, what is your desired value? As I stated, you know your house better than what we do, okay? inside and out. All right. You're the biggest expert on your home, not the Cook County Assessor's Office. So please write down your desired value. And if we have overvalued you, write down the value is too high. Tell us your reasoning. Okay. In addition to that, you're going to have to select the reason for your appeal. What is the reason for your appeal? Remember, I gave you the top three. All right. The top three is lack of uniformity, overvaluation, and property description error. So, also, you'll be able to select your comparable properties. Okay. And this is where I said it was built into the grid. This is information for you. All right. You can find comparable properties that's in your neighborhood, that's in Rogers Park, that's in your neighborhood code. I know this is a great tool, and I'm sure many of you will be using this. So in addition to that, so you would have, it's going to start listing all the comparable properties that you have selected along with the subject property, which is your property. And it would look a little bit something like this. Okay. So you can add and remove until you have found the most comparable property that you feel deem is comparable to your home. Okay. And next here we have, you can add some data. Remember, I talked about if you believe that you're overvalued, you can add an appraisal, you can add pictures, whatever you think that you need to add to support your appeal, you can add it here. A narrative. Now, I didn't say write a book. I said a narrative. So just write a narrative and provide some pictures to support that narrative if possible. Okay. Make sure you put your information also on that narrative. Give us a great story and let us know what's going on with your home. You know it better than we do. In addition to that, and this is almost the final and last thing, you don't have to do much. All you need to do now is just sign your name, put in your phone number, and press submit. But you don't want to submit until you actually are done. Like, review it, make some revisions, go over it, and then submit. Take a walk or get you a cup of Starbucks, and then come back. Well, that's my favorite. So, and once you press submit, this is what you'll receive. You submit your filing. It's going to ask you, do you want to submit this filing? And you're going to say yes or no. Maybe you're cooking dinner or something, or maybe you just want to take a break and then come back. Okay. But if you're sure, then you will click the button yes. And you will receive something that says filing ID number 3966. Your results will be mailed. Okay. So that's it to filing an appeal. That's it, and that's all, and it's very simple. All right. Now, while you are filing your appeal, you can check your property exemption history. And I just want to talk briefly about exemptions. Why? Because exemptions are very important. Remember, they lessen your burden on your property tax bill, right? So you can check your property, you can check your exemption history, your appeal history, assessment history, read about assessment, look at your valuation report in Rogers Park, look at others' valuation report when they're posted. You could sign up for our email. There's so much. There's a wealth of information on our website. I'm not just saying this because I work for the assessor's office. I'm saying this because I want you to use the tools that's out there readily available for you. Okay. So we have over 8 exemptions in our office. Now, 8 of them, and you could qualify to up to 4. And I won't talk about them because they're listed here, but you can go on our website and find out all about all 8 exemptions. Okay. Now, the exemptions are always, once you are qualified for them, they're always on your second installment bill. Always on it. They're never on your first installment bill. They're always on your second installment bill in the lower left-hand corner, which says tax calculator. You should see a dollar amount if you qualify. As I said, you can qualify for a homeowner's, a senior freeze exemption, and a persons with disability exemption. Okay? You may qualify up to, well, you can get a homeowner's and a senior and a long time. Okay? So there's many options that you can choose from if you qualify for these exemptions, and they are always on your second installment bill. And remember, these exemptions help to lower your property tax savings and the burdens that has been placed upon you. Now, lastly, we are here to help. Please contact us. Call us at this phone number that's listed. Connect with us on social media. Send us an email on social media. Make an appointment in our office in person and assistance. Also, we have a downtown office, a Markham, Skokie, Bridgeview. Sign up. You see this QR code? Where's my phone? Take your phone, hover over the QR code right now, and you can receive emails up in our office. Okay? It's that simple. We want you to connect with us. Let us hear your concerns. Sorry about that. I need a little bit more Starbucks, I guess. So let us know your concerns. All right? So we do have a person in the chat answering all the questions. And if we didn't get to them tonight, we would take them and we would answer you. Michelle, if you want to leave your email address, we would definitely answer you, or we'll give you a call if that's fine with you. We thank you for attending our workshop. I see that there are some questions. I'm sure we have a person in there, so in our chat, and she's answering all our questions for us. Thank you for your time. So I can just see one of the questions. I really can't see them all, but she says her exemption shows approved in 2022, but we are in 2024. Did I miss a filing for the homestead? Yes, you missed the filing because the exemption, if you filed on time for your homeowner's exemption, it automatically renews. And you can check that on our website, your history. And you can look at your reassessment notice to see, in fact, if you receive your homeowner exemption for that year. I can't see all the questions because I don't have the control, but I do have a person out there in the box that's answering the questions. I think there's another question says we own a condo and our association is appealing as a whole, all 23 units. So I need to submit an appeal if the attorney we hired as a community is already handling the appeal. So if your condominium association has already hired an attorney, I suggest that you don't need to, since they already hired one. That's on your behalf as well. I know that you can probably opt out if you want to, but most likely he's filing on your behalf, and you could probably submit your information to him. So I believe that's all the questions that I could see. And and you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you all for showing. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for spending this evening with us. You could have been in any place else, but you decided to spend it with us talking about Rogers Park appeal assessments. Thank you so much.